All right, y'all. So I got my cousin here, Britt, and she's gonna put you on game on how to find you a new job if you're dealing with workplace bullying, toxic work environments, whatever. I'm gonna move out the way and let her talk, and hopefully you guys have your notepads out. Take notes. Let's go, Britt.
All right, so you've decided that it's time to start looking for another job, but you're still at your existing job. What do you need to do to be able to get ready to go? So you're doing work, you have accomplishments. Are you documenting those things down? You gonna step in? Hold on, let's practice this real quick.
No, we're gonna keep going.
Are you gonna edit?
Okay, no, I'm not gonna edit. This is so y'all. I'm letting y'all know this is the real. Me and my cousin, we just because she wants to help you guys,
Yeah.
right? So I want you guys to know that every time you come to this channel, you know that nothing is edited. We don't do nothing
there's no
fake.
script. There's no script.
Ain't no script.
This is off the dome. Okay. If we go
This is
on,
off the
okay,
dome.
okay.
Yes,
So,
yes. So this is cousin.
All right. So you are at your job. You're doing your accomplishments. You're doing your performance. You're performing well. So you need to make sure that you have that documented, because those accomplishments that you have in that existing job are what you're going to update your resume to for your next job when you're going back into the job market to be able to get hired. And so what they look for when you're in the job market is outcomes, not just actions. So you can say, I folded these papers, or I did this, but you need to talk about numbers. So when I did this task, we saw an improvement of XYZ%. Okay?
Yep.
And so you're going to add that to your resume to be able to get their attention. From there, you start looking for a job. So where are you going to go? My hot places that I go to are LinkedIn. But first, my LinkedIn is up to date. So you're going to see that I have my positions that are applicable to the position that I'm applying to, that you can see that I work there and that I have this network that, you can connect me with other people from those previous positions, okay? So LinkedIn has a really good job marketplace, basically, where every company you could think of, they're putting their jobs out there. For me, I'm looking at salary, I'm looking at the job description, I'm looking at the title, because you can do a lateral position where you're kind of going from here to here, or you can go up, so to the next level. So most recently, when I entered into the job market, I wanted to go up. So I was like, okay, I could do these things, but is the title looking like what I need it to look like? Okay, if it's not, we're gonna keep it moving if it is. So that helps you to kind of refine where you want to go. Also, the salary, it depends. What you're trying to accomplish. I think that you should know what you want with yourself and feel confident what you're asking for, because when you get to that offer table, you have to negotiate.
And don't be afraid to negotiate. Know your worth.
Know the market, know your worth.
Yeah.
And so when they try to undercut you, you say, this is why I feel like I need what I'm asking for. These are the documented accomplishments that I have that I know will translate into success and outcomes for your company. And so that's why I need this. I need what I'm asking for. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then to get the interviews, I think it's most about when you see the position that you want to apply for, you can't just have a blanket resume that you're sending off every time. You have to tailor you have to
tailor it,
your resume to the position that you're applying for. So you see specific responsibilities or tasks or qualifications that they're looking for. That's on you to take your existing experience and match it to what they are looking for. When you do that match, if they have that they need you to know this qualifications or do this particular service, you need to say within each, whatever position that you have, and maybe all the positions on there, that you have done this and you have the outcomes from doing this work. That's going to get the interviewer, the hiring person, to be like, okay, let's talk to them. Okay.
And let me add another nugget of wisdom as well. So some of these jobs, they're making you interview 2, 3, 4 times.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So make sure that you have the endurance.
Yes.
To do that, because that's what they're doing. They want to make sure they're hiring the right people for their company. So have the endurance, because that's what they do. They weed people out, right? So if you're like, I'm not trying to do 2 interviews, I'm not trying to do 3, do it.
Yes.
Because that's what's required right now.
It is. For my the position before last, I was told it was going to be 5 interviews. I ended up doing 7.
See?
And that's crazy, but I did it, and I got the job.
And she got the job. And so here's the thing, too, you guys. I keep hearing about people talking about, well, I can't afford a lawyer. Like if I need to do, file a lawsuit against my job or whatever. Guess what? Just like Britt said, she had to do 7 interviews. You might have to call 7 lawyers.
Yeah.
And just because you call the first one, if they talking about money up the at front, move on. And then go to the next one.
Yes.
Right? And that's with everything in life. You guys, you can't make one phone call when it comes to anything and think that something's going to happen from day one. You got to have the endurance. You have to have the discipline and say, you know what? All right, they didn't accept me. Let me move on. But make sure that you're not, like, number one, like she said, make sure that you have your resume tailored to that company. Number one. Number two, do you have the experience? You may or may not. But don't just go by, if someone tells you no, move on to the next person. All right, you got any more?
On top of that, you might have to do the work, and this is where AI can come in. So you could take your existing position and you can say a particular line of the job posting, take my existing work experience and make it applicable to what this company is looking for in this job position. And that will extract the story that you need to tell for you. Now, you're going to have to understand what it's saying, because when you get in the interview and they ask you about this, you got to be able to talk to it. But you know the work that you've done, and it may just be giving you a different idea of the work that you've done so that you can tell that story. So you got to do that. And then also, it's also about, like when she said, having the endurance. First, you have to define and know within you what it is that you were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't know, you may take the first thing that you come across, or you may say you might feel defeated with that first thing that you come across. But look at it as if that is a rejection that's not for you, and it's always navigating your path to where you need to get to.
And that's what I tell you guys all the time. Whatever your faith is, whoever you believe in, if you don't get that job, that's because you weren't meant to have that job. So believe in the fact that you're being led on a certain path, and trust in that.
I got something on that too.
Go ahead, guys.
So when I was pregnant with my now 2.5-year-old son, I wanted to do a little freelancing on the side, and I applied.
Hold on, Britt, real quick. So freelancing on the side is what she said. So where a lot of us get caught up, like, oh my God, this is my job, this is my bread and butter. Always have you a backup.
Yeah.
A side hustle.
Yeah. Look, because at that point, I was so advanced in my skills that what my company might have thought that it took me a few days to do, I could do in a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm delivering high quality results in a very short, rapid period of time. I got time to do other stuff, so let me make some more money. Okay.
Yeah.
so at that time when I was pregnant, I was trying to apply for a side hustle freelances, but it wasn't coming through for me. And then at that time, I also felt I was nervous to tell the people that I was applying. So this will go at your own discretion, but I felt nervous to tell the freelance people that I had an existing job. And so for me, that kind of had me like, it just didn't settle right for me, just specifically. Like, I felt a little off.
Mm-hmm.
And so none of those positions ended up working out when I was pregnant. And so I had my son, went on maternity leave. I was on maternity leave at my existing company that I had been at for almost 5 years with no advancement in my position.
Hold on. She said, been there 5 years with no advancement.
No advancement.
That's another issue,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Yeah,
that's why I left it. It's a big issue because
exactly.
It's not that I wasn't accomplishing things. It's not that I wasn't knocking stuff out the park, because I did a lot for their user experience program. I set the program up, but every time I would come to them, because I always got something to say. I'm always campaigning for myself. So when I said I'm expecting this position, I'm expecting this salary, this is why I'm asking for this, because I know that y'all see the results that I'm delivering. It was a lot of excuses always. Well, we can
campaign for yourself.
Because who's going to do it if you're not doing it?
If you don't do it, right?
So, I was campaigning for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and y'all know what I'm doing, and y'all seen the results of what I've done, and y'all are still playing with me. That's fine. I applied for an internal position, staff engineer. My manager had actually told me that it was a company policy to interview every single internal candidate. And so I was expecting while I was on maternity leave that I would get an interview request.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get one. And so then I look on LinkedIn a little bit later and see that we have a new teammate for the position that I had applied for. I said, that's the sign. Bet, let me go back into the job market because y'all want to play with me.
Signs.
Okay? Because that was a rejection from my company, so
Facts.
let me know it was
True.
time for me to go.
Yep.
And so when I entered back onto the job market, doing all the steps that I laid out before as far as tailoring my resume to the different company positions to make sure that it was, hey, we got to talk to her, what's going on. Ended up with 3 positions. 3 offers, each one higher than the last. Each one higher than the last.
Yep.
And so then when I put in my resignation, my job came back with the plan. They wanted to give me some, I forget what the term is called, but like retention bonus, and they offered me a salary that was actually the lowest of the 3 offers that I had. And listen at this, because the thing is, if they would have given me that when I first went to them and said that I want the next position, I would have been ecstatic with it. But the pathway from the rejection got me to a significant increase where I was like, I'm not even considering that.
So guys, let this be words of wisdom to you, because just because you're dealing with something right now, that may be God's path, universe, whatever your belief is, again, leading you to something better. And so you just have to have the belief that, you know what, this is happening. It sucks. I don't like it. But guess what? I'm being blessed in the process.
Yep.
Real quick, because my camera about to go out. So.
Oh, because I got. Okay.
Oh,
So
she got some more.
I know. I do.
So that means, you know what? Let me know in the comment section if you guys want more from me and Britt. Because you know what? Because me and Brittany, we will do a live.
Yeah, yes. For part 2, yes.
For part 2. So let me know. Thank you. We love you guys. Bye.